Can you hear that? That's anti-aircraft fire piercing the night sky in Tripoli. Coalition airstrikes continue today in Libya. And as we mentioned a little earlier, the military says a U.S. Air Force fighter jet crashed because of mechanical problems. Both crew members ejected safely and are now in U.S. hands. So I want to bring in CNN contributor General Wesley Clark. General Clark, glad you're with us. When something like this happens with that crash, what is the rescue process? Can you walk us through how these guys were picked up so quickly, how the military would handle this?
Well, for every one of these, during these missions, there's always some standby crews, usually with helicopters or with B-22 Ospreys, who are, they know where the planes are headed, they know when they're going in, they're ready to go if they have to penetrate to pick someone up. They also have a package of other aircraft that help them get in there. And so this is a play. It's a drill that's practiced again and again. It's talked through on chalkboards. It's practiced live and so forth. So they know exactly how to package the rescue asset to go in, even in hostile territory. Then the crew is flying. It's being tracked by radar. Someone's flight following it. If they have a problem, they're on radio communications. If they have to eject, when they eject, the last location is known.
So they
the
know
pilots
right where
have
they are.
radio communications on the ground. They know what to do. They know they're told where to scatter to, so forth. This is all practiced out. It's known how to do this.
Let's talk about the mixed messages from the Obama administration and the Pentagon. Take a listen to what Defense Secretary Robert Gates said in Russia today, and we'll talk about it right after.
There hasn't been any disagreement that I'm aware of in terms of the mission and what we're trying to accomplish, at least in terms of the Security Council resolution. You know, this is a complicated, this command and control business is complicated. We haven't done something like this kind of on the fly before. And so it's not surprising to me that it would take a few days to get it all sorted out.
So, General, yesterday we have the president reiterating that Gaddafi has to go, but then we have the Pentagon saying that he's really not the target of these airstrikes. So what is the end game?
Well, I think the end game politically for the administration is to leverage Gaddafi out of Libya. That is certainly the end game for the rebels, who apparently don't want any discussion or negotiation with Gaddafi. But that's not the military mission. The military mission is to protect innocent civilians. And that's the authorization of the UN Security Council, and that's the mission the U.S. is executing.
And there is criticism of the administration for not having a clear plan. How would you define this mission? Do you see a clear plan here?
Well, I think there's a clear military plan. The question is, does it lead to a decisive political outcome? And saying that we want Gaddafi out, if that's the objective, that's a decisive political outcome. You may not be happy with it after it's over because the Libyans will still have to form a constitution, get a government in place, and so forth. The difficulty is that the military objective, when it's accomplished, doesn't necessarily lead to the political objective that's being sought. This is what's puzzling to people on the outside. Now, it may be that this is a stroke of brilliance. It might work out anyway. Just by providing the U.S. and coalition air cover may be enough to discourage Gaddafi. He's lost 2 sons reportedly so far, and his effort might fall apart. The rebels might take over, and everything would be happy. People would say, boy, it was a genius of a plan. On the other hand, it might result in a stalemate. It's too early to know right now.
Yeah, but if he is still in power after this Operation Odyssey, won't somebody still have to tighten the noose on the Libyan leader at some point, maybe send in some ground troops?
Well, there are different ways to tighten the noose. And I think when you're in an operation like this, if the U.S. objective is to get rid of Gaddafi, then you have to use all elements of power, not just military, but economic, diplomatic, and legal to go after Gaddafi.
All right, General Wesley Clark, appreciate your insight today. Thank you.